Like, hello, welcome to the Art Therapy Guide to Coping Skills. We have a special guest today. You can follow along at home, or you can download your own worksheets from my website. The link is in the description.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ian Mutant. I'm a longtime Austinite punk rocker, and I love art. So I'm very excited to be here today, learn some art coping skills, which I think are very valuable right this moment. So I'm glad to be here.
It says, use mindfulness to experience each material and notice what makes them unique. This first one is chalk pastel. We'll try out some oil pastels, colored pencils, and some scented markers. And it says, when you make art, the art becomes valuable because you are valuable.
Nice.
And I wrote that there because, when I was a art therapist in a psychiatric hospital, I would give these directives out to folks. And a lot of times people would joke and say, I'm not an artist, or, or they would make a mark or make like a goofy drawing and say, oh, it's worth $1 million. And sort of get stuck in this, doing something is only worth it, only has value because it has some sort of monetary value. No one can put a price on feeling accomplishment. And so the goal is just to accomplish the task of using art as a coping skill and not necessarily your art making it into a museum or being something perfect that you want to keep forever.
That makes perfect sense. It can also stick you a lot of times where you can't do something because you can only think of the end result. It's better not to even think of that in my experience. So.
Yeah, for sure. Well, would you like to try out to this first column here? This is chalk pastel, and I've got some chalk pastels for you here.
Let's do a nice orange. I'm really into Halloween, so this is actually one of my favorite colors. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go.
And just take a nice deep breath.
That's true. As an artist, I feel like when I do stuff, I'm like racing to the finish line, which isn't really the purpose. But this is nice. In fact, this has a real good texture that does something really fun for your brain. It just feels good.
Yeah, do you notice that connection from the pastel to your hand, up your arm and shoulder, and just connecting it right to your brain centers? Do you notice if there's any sensation there, or what's that like?
Yeah, the right where the chalk meets the paper, it's funny. It's like a roughness that almost turns into like a smoothness as you go, and that's very satisfying for my brain, for sure. And yes, and I'm staying in the lines mostly, which is also satisfying. I'm a very order in chaos type of person, so maybe a little too much sometimes with art. But I do really like a nice orderly thing. That looks beautiful. Wow, now let's see. What's a good color with that? Obviously, with Halloween, I was going to do black, but maybe that's a little too much. Let's do actually a nice blue. I one time had a room that had that I painted myself. And I did alternating orange and blue. And it was one of the most satisfying places I've ever been in my whole life.
Nice. All right. Well, just take a moment to just check in with that sensation of breathing. And let any thoughts just be there. We don't have to hold on to them. Just notice the sounds of the pastels. And it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to just give a little bit of space for this experience to be here.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's see. Let's keep it going, actually. I like this.
When people make art and get really into the process there, sometimes they can find themselves like sort of crunching over, your shoulders getting up, even like on a device, how you sort of fall, crush in on itself. So remember to just take a nice deep breath and make space for your breath to be there. that sitting down and enjoying art is also a practice of being in your body and being kind to your body, so you're not collapsing, but that we're sort of just having a mindful presence.
Oh yeah, that's very nice. Let's see. Let's do, oh yeah, yellow. I love this yellow. It's very calming. In fact, I should have done a bigger space for the yellow, because I almost want to just live in there, and I just did the tiny corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're noticing your sort of reaction or relation to the colors, just as the chalk pastels. Did you try and blend it at all with your finger, or did you?
No.
Or what it's like to feel it just on your fingertips? What's that like?
Yeah, that's really nice. Actually, yeah, and that really gets those hard corners too. In fact, let's do that with all of them. Let's see. That's very satisfying, for sure. Getting rid of all the brush strokes too.
Does it feel smooth or rough?
Very smooth. In fact, it was a little rough at the beginning, so it's kind of nice just to smooth it down. Makes it way more uniform, which definitely feels good in your brain. Let's do the same for the orange. Yes, that's very nice.
All right, take one more nice deep breath with your chalk pastels.
That's nice.
We're going to move on to our second material on the list, which is oil pastels. So let's take a moment to choose an oil pastel that you'd like to use and see what that sensation is like.
Right off the bat, this green is catching my eye. This is beautiful. So oh yeah. I guess let's start at the top. And this is interesting. It's so smooth compared to the chalk. Going from one to the other, your brain definitely notices it.
Is this one smooth or rough?
Definitely smooth. Almost like it naturally just wants to do the work for you, which is kind of fun.
All right, let's just take 1 or 2 minutes to feel that sensation, and you can choose whatever colors you like and sort of just go by instinct and just have a few moments just with these oil pastels.
Oh, this is nice though. I like this better than chalk, actually.
And just find that sensation of breathing. And again, notice that connection from your hand to your arm and shoulder. And if you notice any thoughts getting loud or thoughts getting faster, you can just notice that, your thoughts are here just as much as the sounds in the room just as much as the sensation of the oil pastel. And make room for whatever's there without any judgment or action.
I like the smell of these too. It's very nostalgic. Maybe unlocking childhood memories I'd forgotten.
Yeah, what is it like when you blend the oil pastel?
It's nice. It's although a little chaotic, which is funny. But the texture is very nice.
Just take another 10 seconds or so and we'll be finished up with the oil pastels for now.
This one's very satisfying, for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up we got some color pencils. Are you ready for some color pencils?
Oh yes, I love pencils, so this actually should be my most favorite one. And these look amazing. The way they're all perfectly sharpened, that definitely makes me feel good already.
I'll move them to the side here for you.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, what are you noticing right away? That are they similar or different to the other materials so far?
Definitely different. Just the fact that it's a pencil, there's something really nice about slowly marking down the tip. And it has a nice tactile feel that really triggers something in my brain. This is probably my favorite way to color at home, if I was to do this, would be colored pencils. I also write in pencil, probably for the same reason. I've never actually thought about it, but compared to pens, I really like a good pencil, how it feels. Also the noise, I really like that. It's almost like a musical instrument.
Just like the musical instrument of the refrigerator that just turned on. It's funny when you make like these quiet moments, like the sounds that usually just go off in the background that we don't pay attention to can suddenly come forward and just and be there.
That's very true, because I normally would never have paid attention to that at all, except for I'm over here making my own music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're going at a great pace there. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, I love pencils. This one's nice.
So take a moment to just, feel your connection to this pencil. Just
Also
notice
the feel of the pencil too, like holding it is real nice.
Yeah.
These are really sweet. I haven't worked with these in such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this.
Yeah, so take a moment to find that sensation of breathing. And then that connection from the pencil to your hand, to your arm and head. You may even notice that while you're holding the pencil, it's just like a third finger. It becomes just part of your body, that there's no separation between it. And so just take a moment to just soak that in and just to feel that connection as they help you with your own personal expression.
Yeah, this one is very satisfying for sure. Colored pencils.
All right, and then maybe about another 30 seconds or so.
Let's do
We'll
it.
try and...
Actually, let's switch it up. Let's do maroon. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. And as all these like positive sensations are like coming up, noticing like the preciousness of it with only 30 seconds left, does that cause stress that it's going to be over? Or just noticing that, you know, our experience is always changing. The pleasant things have to stop, the difficult things have to stop. There's always what's next. We're always changing and moving.
And it's always thinking about the next task, which can be anxiety inducing, but it can also be kind of relieving as well, to know that you're doing it and it's almost over. And once it's done, and you can't really judge it. It's just a work of art. Oh, I love that. I love the pencils. That looks so good. There's something, I don't know, the lines, how it's like darker on the edges is very rewarding for sure.
So these are some scented markers. I don't know if you've seen these before. You can feel free to give them a whiff.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's very nice.
Can you tell what it smells like?
Yeah, this one is like a wintergreen, a spearmint maybe.
And what is the sensation that you get from your hand as you're pressing down on it?
So this one's real nice. It's very smooth. It definitely fills up the space really easily without having to even try. And that's nice. Unlike a marker where you have to really press down hard on it, maybe it's running low on ink. These are very nice.
Yeah, just find that sensation of breathing. Yeah, notice if your body is upright or if it's collapsing. You can relax your shoulders. We want art making to be rewarding for our bodies and not feel like when you get up you're all creaky and just like, oh, or get that low back pain. Some artists, it can be very crippling.
Yeah, I'm definitely in that camp. I generally, when I write, even if I write in pencil, I'll be hunched over completely, almost like crippling every muscle, trying to spend all of my focus on that point where it reaches, the pen hits the paper. So it is nice just to relax.
Yeah, so just take another minute or so here. We're just sort of breathing and get in tune with that sensation and connection with the marker. And let any thoughts just come and go. You don't need to remember it. You can just go with your instinct here and play with the colors.
This is a good satisfying brown too. Some colors are not as satisfying. This one is real nice. There we go. Finally. Yeah, red. Oh, this has a good scent too. Once again, going to the sound, it's something I always notice, and markers have such a distinct tactile sound too. Like a record almost, where the DJ is scratching it. Oh, nice. That one's very good. Nice, and there we go. Oh, that's good. I was actually a little disappointed I didn't have more yellow to do. Here we go.
Was the marker sensation different from any of the other sensations?
For sure. It was very smooth, and I really do like that as well. Overall, I'm not a biggest fan because it kind of warps the paper a little bit. And as the older I've gotten, I definitely prefer the pencil, how it keeps it all nice and smooth, which is one of the problems of markers. But the counterpoint is that layering on the color does feel really good with a marker.
Nice. Great job. Thanks for doing this experiment with me. I like to see how everyone reacts to materials, make sure there's no adverse reactions or anything, any traumatic memories that comes up, because you never know what can happen.
That's very true, since especially we did so much coloring as children. It is interesting. It's almost like going back to that mentality. So I liked it. That felt really good.